When the bow is taut, it hasn't been shot yet, but the power is there. And you can shoot the bow in many different directions. That is the essence of strategy. So another person had a very big effect on me is the great ancient Chinese strategist Sun Tzu. I did the 33 Strategies of War. I don't obviously know Chinese at all, and I never pretend to. It would be one of the great achievements of my life if I could. But what I wanted to do was, I had this feeling in reading The Art of War in these translations, these slim volumes, was I'm missing something. There's something here that I'm not getting because I felt like in Chinese it's different. So I bought this very thick book. It's behind me somewhere on the shelf. The Annotated Sun Tzu. And what it did was, the book, The Art of War, is only about like 80 pages. But this was like 700 pages. Every little word in there was annotated. This is the Chinese word, not every word, but this is the Chinese word. And this is what it literally means physically, right? So I could see that there was complexity to his ideas that's not there in our common conception of him. And so he opened up this idea to me as I was reading this book, that strategy, there are levels of strategy, right? There are people that are pretty good at it. They can think ahead. They can plan ahead. Not bad. There are other people much higher and even higher, and there's like a godlike realm, because the ability to think in depth is what makes a great strategist. So normally we examine A, B, and C as a possible strategic way out of a problem, and we choose one of them, right? But we don't go into great depth. We don't think, oh, if I choose B, then X will happen, and X will lead to Y, and Y will lead to Z. Okay, so Sun Tzu wants you to focus on all of that incredible depth. And he had this idea that fascinated me. I'm sorry, as I said, I'm getting old, but he had a word in there that I used in 33 Strategies. I don't remember. It was like Xia or something like that, where he was talking about power in the sense of as a potential force. So in strategy, he compared it to a boulder that's sitting on top of a mountain, and that at any moment it could fall. And as it falls, it gains tremendous momentum. It could fall this direction, this direction, this direction. But in that moment that the boulder is there, it has the potential for force and power that's immense. He compared it also to a bow and an arrow. When the bow is taut, it hasn't been shot yet, but the power is there. And you can shoot the bow in many different directions. That is the essence of strategy. You put yourself in a position of, I wish I could remember the word, sorry, please excuse me, it'll come to me at some point. You want to put yourself in that position of potential power. It doesn't mean that you do this. It means you can choose anything, but you're in a place where you have options, and there's immense force behind it if that boulder does fall, if you do shoot that arrow. And what I tell people in business or any kind of strategic situation is, it's not important what you do or exactly the strategy. What matters is putting yourself in a position that has potential for doing all sorts of very exciting things, very powerful things. In warfare, we call it maneuver war. You have the flexibility to go in different directions, but the place you choose to occupy has this sense of tremendous potential power. Napoleon, who we don't know for sure, but probably was one of the first Western strategists to have read Sun Tzu, understood that was the essence of Napoleonic warfare. So he had other concepts that I think are extremely valuable, such as you defeat your enemy before you even battle. The greatest victories are where nobody is killed. The enemy just surrenders because you have put yourself in that position of power and they have no escape. He has many great ideas, but the idea is to think on a higher level, to play three-dimensional chess, not to be playing checkers. And when I see so many people in the world today, so many politicians, etc., they are such weak strategists. Their strategies are so one-dimensional. If they read Sun Tzu in depth, they would understand that strategy is this expansive realm that requires a great deal of creativity and a great deal of deep thinking. So that's the influence Sun Tzu has, to think more expansively about the concept of strategy and to think more creatively about it.